For thousands of years, the Sith Empire waged war against the galaxy, rising from the shadows to challenge the Jedi and the Republic. Their power was undeniable, their ambition unrelenting, but in the end, they were doomed to fall. This is the story of the rise and fall of the Sith Empire. The Sith Empire began not with conquest, but with exile. Over 6,000 years before the rise of the Galactic Empire, a group of rogue Jedi seduced by the dark side were cast out of the Republic. They fled to the remote world of Korriban, home to the Sith species, a race already steeped in dark side mysticism. The exiled Jedi conquered the Sith, but instead of destroying them, they intermingled, forging a new order, one built on raw power of the dark side. Thus, the Sith Empire was born. Unlike the Jedi who sought peace and balance, the Sith embraced conflict, believing that only through struggle could one achieve true power. Their teachings emphasized survival of the fittest, and only the strongest Sith could rule. The weakest were eradicated. Over centuries, their dark arts advanced, delving into forbidden knowledge, alchemy, and even manipulating life itself. Under the leadership of the first Dark Lords, such as Ajunta Pall and Marka Ragnos, the Sith Empire grew in power, expanding into neighboring systems. Their conquests were ruthless, and their tactics brutal. The Sith enslaved entire species, such as the Massassi, shaping them into mindless warriors to serve their dark ambitions. With every victory, their hunger grew. But their thirst for dominance led to a direct confrontation with the Republic in what would become known as the Great Hyperspace War. The Sith, under the ambitious but controversial Emperor Naga Sadow, launched a full-scale invasion, catching the Republic off guard. Using dark rituals and illusionary tactics, Emperor Sadow created massive phantom fleets to intimidate his enemies. For a time, it seemed as though the Sith might conquer the core worlds. However, as with all Sith, betrayal festered within their ranks. Rival Sith Lords saw Sadow's war as reckless, and civil war erupted within the Empire. The Republic took advantage of their division, launching a devastating counterattack that pushed the Sith back. But in the end, Korriban itself was bombarded, its grand cities reduced to dust, and the Sith were thought to be extinct. But they were merely waiting. In the wake of their defeat, a single Sith Lord survived, Darth Vitiate, the self-proclaimed Sith Emperor. Fleeing to the unknown regions, he built the Empire in secrecy, building his time for revenge. On the hidden world of Dromund Kaas, he re-established Sith society, forging a new empire in his own vision. Unlike the chaotic rule of past Sith Lords, this new empire was highly structured, blending the Sith's ruthless power with military discipline. Over 1,000 years later, the Sith Empire returned in full force, launching the Great Galactic War against the Republic. No longer disorganized, they were a finely tuned war machine. They struck with precision, cutting off hyperspace lanes, isolating Republic strongholds, and wiping out entire Jedi enclaves. Planets burned, Jedi fell, and the Sith stormed the core worlds. The war reached its peak when the Sith sacked Coruscant. With masterful deception, they proposed peace talks as a distraction while their elite forces infiltrated the planet. The Republic, desperate and war-weary, was forced into the humiliating Treaty of Coruscant. The Sith had won, or so it seemed. But as you know, the Sith Empire was built on ambition and treachery. As always, the Sith Lords schemed against one another, vying for power. While the Republic licked its wounds, factions within the Sith began plotting, each seeking to claim the throne. The Emperor himself, however, had an even darker plan, one beyond just mere galactic conquest. His true goal was not victory, but the complete annihilation of all life in the galaxy. By performing a dark ritual, he sought to drain the very essence of existence, achieving immortality as a godlike being. But even among the Sith, this was too far. His own people turned against him. Darth Vitiate was stopped, at least temporarily. With his absence, the Empire was thrown into chaos. The Republic, bolstered by Jedi heroes and military strategists, launched a counteroffensive. One by one, Sith strongholds fell, their fleets were shattered. The Empire, once thought unstoppable, crumbled under its own weight. Korriban, once the heart of the Sith, became nothing more than ruins. The era of the Sith Empire had come to an end, but the Sith themselves would never truly vanish. Though the Sith Empire fell, the Sith themselves endured. From the ashes of the old, new Dark Lords would rise. Darth Revan, Darth Malgus, and eventually Darth Sidious, who would succeed where their predecessors failed. The dark side is eternal, and so too is the struggle between the Jedi and the Sith. Hey guys, just wanted to say this is my first time getting into like longer form content and style of things like that. So if you enjoyed this video, just give it a like, maybe subscribe, leave a comment, tell me if you want to see more long form content. I mean, Star Wars is a plethora of lore and different things that I can go over and discuss and talk about, and I would absolutely love to get more into this, into the nitty-gritty of things. So if you enjoyed this, just give it a like, let me know in the comments, and I appreciate it, guys. Thanks. May the Force be with you.